the Calgary Mount Scrambler with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Mini Mondays. Yes, it's Mini Mondays, and today we're doing Kaleidescope. We might have done one of these before, but never in this size, and we've got some really cute fabrics that we picked to go with this pattern. But first, let's do our shout-outs. Our shout-outs is Danelle at Danelle Stitchery and Lorelei at Pigs in a Blanket Quilting. Both these guys are having so much fun on their channel. You guys gotta go check them out. Give them some words of encouragement and maybe some love. And if you like what you see, go hit their subscribe button, because I'm sure they don't know this is coming, and it's kind of fun when we're doing this. Okay, we're filming this near the end of February. Twinkle Twinkle is well underway by the time this one comes out. And Happy Scrappy Overflow will start May 13th. Yes! We have another mystery sew-along right behind Twinkle Twinkle. So if you guys love doing mystery sew-alongs, that drops on Wednesday. And the clues drop in the video, and it's free. So remember always that we're gonna keep doing that for a while, just to have some fun with our scraps. And for me, making more charity quilts. I mean, I love this idea. Also, you're gonna find our Zoom sew dates in that description box below. And it's the first Saturday of every month from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because I'm in Alberta, Canada. If you want to help us out, and of course the shout outs that I just gave you, and all the people that you're going to find the YouTube links for in our description box, make comments, thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss content, and hype. Hype is a new thing that YouTube brought up, and that all helps our analytics push us forward so we can continue bringing quilters fun-free patterns 3 times a week. We also have a Facebook group. It's warm and welcoming, and we have a virtual sewing room hosted by Discord for the Facebook group members. So if you're part of that community, you might as well come on over. We have all sorts of fun community chats, and we do exchanges of fabric by country to keep postal costs down. The admins have said, please agree to the rules and please answer the questions. Otherwise, I can't let you in, right? Because they're trying to keep that group really safe for quilters. I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds. I was working on a second speaking engagement. I can't do that. Life here is too busy for me to get anything done on that, so I've kind of given up on that second speaking engagement. But if your group or guild is looking for a speaker, I speak for free, and we talk about all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want, you can get a hold of me through the About tab. It's under it's on the Facebook channel under the About tab is my email address, or you can message me directly through Facebook. I'm faster Facebook than I am at email. Also, if you guys have some shout outs of channels that are quilting only, please send them my way. It's like having thousands of eyes, and I even find some great channels too from you guys. So yes, again, the email address is under the About tab, or you can message me directly through the Facebook group. Now, I'm involved with 2 collaborations, spring, summer, and fall, 2 of them. I'm having so much fun doing those collaborations. It's just been a blast. The first one that I got involved with was Quilter's Challenge. And that one is Future Cat from New Zealand, Kelly from Kelly's Quilts Plus, Kelly from Silly Moon Quilting, Silly Moon Quilting, Silly Moon Quilting, Sam Alberts, a very talented long armor, Deb from Sewing with Debbie, and Michelle from Bits and Pieces, and myself. What we're doing is we're coming up with themes, and we're putting out a challenge to each other and to our viewers. And I am so excited to see what's going to come out of those, because we're just going to have a blast in there. I think that's going to be so much fun. I'm already starting to think, oh wow, I could do this, I could do this. We could have so much fun with this. The other one, of course, is Back to Basics. Now, that was put together by Donna from Sewing, Handmade by Yang with Donna, and she's assembled quite a few YouTubers that you probably already know, but they're all in the show notes or the description box. All of these people are there. So if you're not subscribed to them, please click on them and subscribe, so you don't want to miss that Back to Basics. It's the perfect one for beginners, like for beginners to learn, but it's also really good for quilters that have been around for a while. I picked up some bad habits, so that's me. I'm going to have to be watching them too. So we're just having so much fun in there. It'll be great. So I think that's it. Yes, I've covered everything. You're going to find the PDF for this pattern in the show notes below as well. So come on in. Let's get to the sewing of Kaleidoscope. Okay, we're at the cutting table or sewing table, and the first thing I did, of course, was use my paper scissors to cut that pattern. And I did, before I cut it, I did my tracing wheel trick where you put, you trace your lines and then it creates little bumps on the back. And it helps you just put stuff together. Now the other thing I did is I marked what goes where, because when you do your foundation paper piecing, sometimes you get confused as to what will go next. And, that is what it is, right? I mean, you just gotta make it work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our dark pink, because that's what we're working with, is our dark pinks. Hang on, I'll just put all this stuff up the right way. There. Our dark pink and our medium gray, and just like that. We're just gonna go right across at about 1/4 inch. And we're gonna move this just a hair that way. And make sure we've got a good 1/4 inch. And let's see. Where's my foot? My sewing pedal. Hang on. There we go. Let's turn on the light so you can see what we're doing. And you just want to sew on that line. Now this comes together very quick too, right? So, and you want to just do the same thing again. And line these up nice. Line that up nice. There. There we go. Now, if I was doing an entire quilt, which I mean you could with this, is I would do as many blocks as I could, at one time, right? Because you're doing the same thing over and over again. And this one, I mean, there's all sorts of patterns on the internet for these to be, sewn by piecing and all this stuff. That cutting is a little tedious when you're working with templates, but if you're doing something small like this, you could definitely do it with, foundation paper piecing. But I would go through and I would do all of it at once. Now, I am working on sewing together my pink crumbs, and eventually I will get to it. I forgot my add a 1/4 ruler. Add a 1/4 rulers are always handy because here, now that goes into the pink bin, right? That's not going anywhere. And I'm gonna flip that open and we get another gray. And now pre-cutting or rough cutting your pieces ensures that you have enough fabric for the task. You could do this block totally scrappy too, with the darks and the mediums, and it would look just awesome. So that's kind of an important thing to remember too. There we go. And fold this back just like so, right along the line. There. Yeah, kaleidoscopes are cute. Okay. But yeah, medium grays, if you took a bunch of medium grays and a bunch of darker pinks, you could just play with darks and mediums, and that would work too, right? So, because you're using your scraps. Okay, here we go. Another one. Here we go. Yes, now, the rhythm here is sew, cut, or press, trim. Well, I'm deleting the cutting one, or the pressing, because I have really sharp nails. This is going into the gray bin, so I'm just going to put that with my scraps. Okay, and pull that up. And this next, right up here. There we go. Okay. There, now. Alright, now I'm going to get in to this right like so. Yeah, this would be so easy to do with just darks and mediums, because you could have a lot of fun with the darks and mediums. You know, you can almost make it, if you have pictures, you know, like little things you fussy cut out, you could do, you know, like an I Spy kind of a thing too, right? That would be sharp. That would be cool. Any child would like that. Okay, let's get the last piece here. And here we go. And we're just going to make sure that's up. There we go. And now, whoops. All right. So now we're going to start trimming for these little squares. There. Now, when you're rough cutting, you know, fabrics, you go at a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch bigger. I tend to go a bit bigger on triangles. I tend to use a 1/2 inch bigger, and that way, you know, if the block looks like it's going to finish at 3 inch, right? You go 3.5. You know, if 3.5 is the unfinished, so you would cut it 4 to make sure you have perfect coverage, right? So you don't want to be short. I mean, if you're short, you can always poverty piece, right? That's always something you can do. Okay, yeah, let's lay it out. There we go. Nice. There. And here we go. Get this, flip it over. Okay, quick. There we go. Geez, this went fast. This is going fast. A lot faster than I intended, but that's okay. That's okay. An easy day in the sewing room is always a blessing. Okay. I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep that little triangle or not. Probably not, because it's too small. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to lay it so the point is kind of even, right? In the point. And the dark pink point. Okay, and now, there we go. Okay, push that up and out of the way. There, now. There we go. There we go. It's such a nice batik. This gray, this soft gray. It's such a lovely batik. If you like batik. Alrighty. And last one here. And there we go. Just like that. And just like that, we have all of it covered. Right? We're just going to run this last seam through and we are good. We are golden. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press this out and back out of the way. Okay, I'm going to put this away and put my tape away because it's in the way. And I'm just going to trim this. Just this right there. Now these pieces are fairly big. I'm going to put them back into the crumb bin. Okay, and this. There we go. And you want to, when you're squaring these up, there's two lines. There is the sewing line and the seam allowance, right? So you put your 1/4 inch on that sewing line, right? There we go. Nice clean little cut. And there. And that's going to give you the best cut. Those are going to give you the good cuts. Okay, now there's one. Okay, we got to get this one out from underneath there. Why does this keep falling out? There, now. I'm going to make that long cut again. Okay, there we go. Oops, we need, oh no, we need this up. Just like that. There we go. There's a hinge right here under my board. It creates an issue. Oh well. Yeah, there we go. That one's okay. Yeah, press. No, sew, press, trim, sew, press, trim. Right. That's the rhythm you get into when you're doing these blocks, right? So now we're just about there. Okay, so these do fit together. They fit together perfectly just like that. But when you lay them out, I mean, this can shift back and forth, and you don't want that. You want that perfect, those perfect points in the middle. So what you're going to do, you're going to drive a pin down right in the center of all of that. And you're going to drive a pin down right in the center of the other side. You're going to give it a twist, just like that. Right? That's going to make your perfect center. And now you can pin, clip, or whatever. I'm just going to quickly put a pin in here and a pin in here, just to make sure nothing moves, right? Because I got that perfect center and it's right up and down, straight up and down, right? So we're good. Now let's get this all pinned. And especially when you're doing these blocks, like when you're doing an odd block like this, yeah, it can get pretty hairy. Okay, so now we've got everything pinned in place. We're just going to sew along our sew line. And you want to get right up and then just over. There we go. And out. There we go. Now, that was very simple to do, was it not? And we're just going to cut off the little bits. Okay, now we're just going to move this open. Now, some people say, oh, you know, when you do that stay stitching, it's not, you know, the easiest thing then to pull off papers. And you're right, it's not. I mean, I do because this is the way I was taught how to do foundation paper piecing. You have to shorten your stitch length, right? Because you want that stitch length tight. Because as you're pulling paper, especially like I'm using like just computer paper, right? You're loosening some of those stitches, and sometimes you can actually pull your stitches out, right? So you don't want to do that, and you want your work to be really nice and crisp. Okay, so what I did is I just took the seam allowance out, okay, for my piecing. I just took that out. Now I'm going to pop this open, and we are going to pop open that center. If we can do that, it will be perfect. It will lie perfectly flat. No, it won't. It won't pop. Ah. Okay, well, what's going on here now? Yep, it won't pop. Oh, there it is. It's starting to pop. There, and just clip a thread or two and it'll pop. And what happens now is you flattened that center so nicely that it will stay that way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to run around the outside within the seam allowance. That's between the seam line and the sew line. You're going to run around and just put a little stay stitching in, just so the block doesn't distort when you pull out the rest of the paper. Because that's kind of important. You don't want, after you did all this, you don't want all these blocks distorting. Okay, there we go. And let me get this one off. There. There we go. Fun, fast, and quick, this one. Okay. Now, let's take a look at those points. Woohoo! Woohoo! Look at the points in the center. Very nice. Very nice. Nice crisp points because you took your time and you pinned. And yes, this gray, medium gray, is directional fabric, but it works because everything is like a little tilted off. So anyways, let's get to our big ta-da moment. And here is the back of that pressed open. Here's the back. And it's just, you know, like one seam will go one way and the other seam will go the other way now. It will lie nice and flat. So let's get to our big ta-da moment on this block. So here's our cute little kaleidoscope block. This one was so much fun to do. Yeah, we're having a real lot of fun doing these minis, or coming up with these minis for you. If you want the minis to continue, please let me know, or we can do the odd one and start something else if you'd like. I mean, we can do that, but I need you to comment on which way you want to go, because I have lots of ideas for Monday as well, right? So these are just so cute, and because we did a foundation paper piece, we took our time to pin in the center. We have perfect points, absolutely perfect points. So I hope you guys are giving this one a try. This one was fast, quick, and easy, and like I say, you could have a lot of fun just playing with your darks, your mediums, and your lights. So anyways, I hope your 1/4 inch is doing great and everything else in your life is going the way you want it. Okay, so you guys stay well and take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life and, you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.